Not a huge issue there. Let me also tell the internet we're here. Let's see. And we'll do one of these here. Shui. Alright, so... Man, that red corner looks absolutely stacked. And I really don't know who I want to leave in. Let's see. We have seen, I think, everybody on this side except for Makabe. Certainly seen him be a Jam player and Craig Tonga. I'm going to strike Orochi. You know what? I'm gonna make this Rugel versus Ultimo Dragon. I think that's gonna be the dark. Going against the grain with a non-Def Jam pick, which is especially surprising considering that we are less than 2 weeks away, I believe, at this point, from the Def Jam band tier event at CEO Taku. And by the time this is up on YouTube, we'll be less than 1 week away from that tournament. If you're catching the VOD of this, definitely do check us out at CEO Taku in Orlando the weekend of the 28th. The dates and times of that have not been announced just yet. But that is a little bit further down the road than we need to be talking about right now, as we've got Rugel versus Ultimo Dragon. Rugel, the big boss of KOF 94, and just a nightmare to children in laundromats and gas stations, and I'm told arcades were a thing that existed against Ultimo Dragon, a man who famously held 9 titles at once back in the 90s. And Lado Copy, GK, appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out. Was saying just a moment ago, when the slot machine picked the 8 names, Pockets was on that list and was like, could have a Def Jam guy, but I guess spoilers, next week is going to be a Def Jam themed show where I shill the fuck out of our tournament and our Matcherino campaign for the community funded pot bonus. So I figured we could let these guys fight it out. Ooh, big spinning wheel kick from Ultimo Dragon. Honestly, I did not buy a shirt. Might still grab one before the event. Which, the shirt we're speaking of course, you go to the official Matcherino, and if you'll, I'm sure you'll see the link scroll by if GK is not already on the button to link that Matcherino store. We have t-shirts to promote the Def Jam Fight for New York competitive community, and the profits from those t-shirt sales will be going directly into the prize pool for the CEO Taku event. Ooh, big lariat from Rugel. Have not seen him throw those long legs, that genocide cutter that he is so well known for. A couple big kicks. And there, if you are looking at the Twitch chat, Gatekeeper dropped the Maturino link. Over the course of the show, as the chat starts to spin up, ooh, there's the genocide cutter from Rugel. That could be it right there. No, it is not. As the chat spins up a little bit, Nightbot will come in and occasionally remind you guys where you can sign up for this tournament, as well as where you can donate to the community-funded prize pool and purchase the t-shirts, hoodies, and Discord rewards from the Maturino Marketplace. Ooh, big spinning wheel kick from Ultimo Dragon. Stacks him up. One. Only one. It's going to take more than that to take out an SNK boss. It's all good. Like, one, this is the, you're still doing Link to the Past randomizer? Ooh, swings and misses with that handspring elbow, and Rugel responding back with that genocide cutter. But still not done. And Ultimo Dragon rolls him up. 1, 2, count 2. But you know what? Half watching is still watching as far as capital T, capital A, the algorithm is concerned. A view is a view. So appreciate you hanging out in any capacity. And I mean, I'm sure you'll be around when the fan-voted segments to submit wrestlers come in. Just according to my show notes, the Battle Royal is happening a little bit earlier tonight because I've got something special planned with Maglo. So we are doing the COLBY Battle Royal tonight, but I can get into more details about that when the actual show proper starts. Dragon shot into the corner. And Rugel crossing the desert coast to coast as he slams Ultimo Dragon into that turnbuckle. And gets a 3-count fall over Ultimo Dragon. And I said it earlier on in this match, it is going to take a lot to bring down an SNK boss. This man has taken enough quarters probably to buy all of our houses several times over. And there is another game over for Ultimo Dragon. And appreciate you dropping in, Nick, as that will conclude our dark match, and we are going officially into Blake's House Pro Wrestling tonight. So, of course, we've got the people filing in as we are opening tonight's show. Welcome to Blake's House Professional Wrestling. We've got an excellent show planned for you guys tonight. If you were tuned in last week, the #1 contenders of the tag team titles have been decided. Judgment Pro Wrestling's own The Firm, Mr. Adams and Mr. Smith, will be challenging Sterling and Worzalla, the tag team champions that have been dominating that division for several weeks now. I alluded to it on the pre-show. There will not be a Maglo challenge tonight. Maglo is promoting his entry into Melv Bash 2000. We've got a special event planned for Maglo, so COLBY will be taking over in the exhibition format, and it will be the COLBY challenge tonight. Of course, we've got your typical KOF TV title match, as well as several other matchups for you guys to look forward to. Once again, if you were tuned in last week, you saw Terrell finally, after over 10 weeks of challenging Battle Royal after Battle Royal, he won the Maglo Open Challenge. Now, Terrell spoke to me backstage, and he believes that has earned him an opportunity at the top of the card. Of course, Orlando Nunez is officially the #1 contender. Now, we can't have two #1 contenders, so as I see it, those two gentlemen need to battle it out tonight to get an undisputed #1 contender to Shenzhou's title. But that's all for much later on in tonight's show. Let's go ahead and get into a little bit of wrestling. Actually, I'm going to leave that. And actually, on the subject of a little bit of backstage action, let's see here. Spoke very recently to David, and he is extremely interested in getting to the bottom of the identity of the mastermind behind Nick's wrestling organization. And he is going to be doing that the only way that a professional wrestling company knows how. We're going to have several wrestling matches featuring David Clement as he undergoes his investigation. And who better to maybe give him a little bit of direction than certainly an attorney, but a little bit of a detective himself in Phoenix Wright. So let's go ahead and jump into that match right now. A bit of a new direction for David, as he and Matt had been sort of near the top of the card in the tag team scene, but couldn't quite crack that glass ceiling. It's like David is striking out on his own, and we will have to see what becomes of this as he goes one-on-one with Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. And right now, he is just slapping the hell out of this Ace Attorney, but we'll see if he is an ace inside a professional wrestling ring. And right now, clubbing blows to the back as Phoenix Wright starts to defend himself. David not allowing Phoenix to get started any further than that. Big sledgehammer-like shot, but it's easily avoided, and David with that double chop. And David showing that Ace Attorney. Always have to be wary of the foreign objects in this professional wrestling environment. David shot into the corner turnbuckle. That massive chop, but it's sidestepped by Phoenix Wright, and Phoenix Wright, big body slam. So the two men continue to feel each other out a little bit. Big thumb to the eyes. David, while taking this investigation very seriously, also taking this matchup very seriously, and is going to use those tried and true, arguably underhanded tactics to secure the victory. And right now, David in total control. Big boy senton right onto the back of Phoenix Wright, sidestepping that punch, step up Insaguri, throwback to the side of the head. Phoenix Wright shooting David to the ropes, possibly just trying to get a moment to breathe. Big DDT, dropping David to the mat, and gonna try and slow him down with that chin lock. David able to get a foot on the ropes, forcing Phoenix Wright to break the hold. But this could be the turnabout that Phoenix Wright needed. As the momentum is totally in his control. Wait! Big body slam, center of the ring. David calling for something. Runs the ropes, springboard, elbow, buries it in the chest of Phoenix Wright, but that's still not it. Phoenix Wright battling out of David's control, pushing him into the corner turnbuckle, and once again locking on that chin lock, just trying to slow David down. Insaguri throwback once again. And David now working the arm, trying to take some of that power away from Phoenix Wright. Goes for another Insaguri, but this time sidestepped. Phoenix Wright attempts a vertical suplex, but doesn't quite get it, and gets a drop kick square in the back for his troubles. Phoenix Wright running the ropes. Running elbow drop, crashing into the skull of David. David responding back. Package pile driver, that could be it right there. Stacks him up. 1, 2. Count 2. David trying to solve the mystery of how exactly he can put away Phoenix Wright. And there it is. There's a KO punch. But Phoenix Wright immediately on his feet. He will not be put away by one decisive blow. But several puts him onto the mat. Phoenix Wright responding back with the kitchen sink and everything else. Phoenix Wright just with that big objection. But David overrules with that kick out. David shot into the corner turnbuckle. Phoenix Wright, back elbow. But it's still not enough to put David to the mat. Ooh, big Rana from David. A absolutely massive diving elbow. Phoenix Wright goes up again. Hits another diving elbow. Phoenix Wright is on fire, but David looking to extinguish the flame. Big step-up knee square in the jaw. Phoenix Wright once again going for that turnabout powerbomb. Cover, 1, 2. And that was nearly it. David barely able to kick out. 2.9. Phoenix Wright has to dig a little bit deeper. Once again, both men see themselves as detectives a little bit, and this matchup is currently the puzzle in front of them. Neither man able to crack the code. Big lariat from Phoenix Wright. David responding back with a thumb to the eyes. Running power slam from Phoenix Wright, but David immediately to his feet. He's not done. But neither is Phoenix Wright as the two men, blow for blow. Who will come out on top? Big dropkick square in the chest. David responding back. Insaguri side of the head, and David is to his feet first. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. No, Phoenix Wright will not fall victim to such foul play. He responds back. Monster lariat. And David once again, package pile driver. That took a lot out of David. It took him a while to get back to his feet. But once again now stacking him up. 1, 2, 3, count, fall. And so begins David's saga, attempting to unmask the mastermind behind Nick's wrestling organization. So, as I mentioned earlier, and it is very fortunate, we've got a great many people hanging out in the chat already. The Maglo Open Challenge has been suspended for this week. But COLBY has agreed to step in, and we are going to go into the COLBY Open Challenge of this week, and the reason for that suspension. Of course, the teams have been announced for Melvash 2000, and if you were not aware, Blake's House has an entry in that event. Of course, the team Blake's House and their amazing friends, Maglo, Austin Walker, Raiden, and Natsuo Ishido, are going to be competing. All 4 of these competitors have wrestled on Blake's House television. And all 4 of these competitors are going to be flying that banner in Melvash 2000. But let's go ahead and figure out who is going to be in the Battle Royal to determine exactly who will be facing COLBY this week. And I can break character for a moment. I very much appreciate you with that 5 months subscription to my channel for Blake's House Wrestling and the occasional other shit I do. So, there's no Terrell this week. He has proven that he can win a Battle Royal. He has proven that he can beat Maglo. He has proven that he belongs in the conversation of who gets to be at the top of the card. So we need to figure out exactly who's going to be in this Battle Royal to figure out who's going to be facing COLBY. And, let's see, on a copy, like, you just dropped a another subscription. James Holloway is not currently booked for a match tonight. We could put him in this, or we could put him in the KOF TV title match. But if nobody starts saying something, then I'm going to have to start dropping some names in myself. Alright. No, I'm cool with Nick Vadala going in. Don't see a lot of Nick Vadala on Blake's House TV for some reason. It's very strange. Hold on, who's Kitamaru? Is that someone I would have? Okay. Okay, yeah, then I definitely have him. I'm also going to put in Linda, as she has not appeared on Blake's House TV in a little while. Oops. Oh, right here. Oh, wait. Wait, Kitamura? Okay, based on the fact that he is Goldberg and he has the jackhammer as the finish, I am pretty sure that we're good there. Okay, well that still is going to leave... Actually, no, I do not have a... anything for the Gatekeeper this evening. If you want the Gatekeeper involved in this match, I can certainly make that happen. As the Gatekeeper very recently had one hell of a contest against A-Man. A-Man just narrowly edging him out, showing why he is the face of Judgment Pro Wrestling, but the Gatekeeper not one to be taken lightly, but that it still leaves 3 more slots for this event. Let's see, I think we can make that happen. And if we're going to be having a little bit of a cross-promotion going on, let's get a E and B let's see. Still don't have a name for his company, and I need to bother him about that. Let's see. Actually, neither of these people have actually appeared on Blake's House TV yet. So let's go ahead and get the purple guy involved in a match. But that still is going to leave 1 more slot. Yeah, same, honestly. That's the one thing I don't like about being able to rename finishes. Like, I understand why it's that for thematic reasons, but then if I've never used this wrestler before, I don't actually know what your finish is. But, video games, you know? See. And if nobody is picking, let's see, in the interest of getting this match underway, I'm going to put Yusuko in a match, as I've got plans for Natsuo this evening, and that's going to round us out to 8 competitors. So let's go ahead and get this thing going. So this is 8-man over-the-top rope battle royal. It is going to be absolute chaos until we start seeing a couple eliminations. Let's see. As previously stated, this will be the purple guy's first matchup on Blake's House TV, and that's a German suplex nearly launching Vadala out of the ring. If that's the kind of offense we can expect out of him, he is going to be another blue chipper that you're going to have to be constantly aware of. You see Kitamura, an absolute monster of a man. Nearly as large and imposing as the Gatekeeper, the man in the red hood on the orange Gatorade corner of the ring. We will have to see if that matchup ever comes together in the chaos of this match, as right now Kitamura and the Gatekeeper are both miles apart in terms of literal distance. But no, it looks like we're going to get that matchup right now. And just as I say that, it's immediately broken up, as there is just too much going on. Purple guy throwing wild lariats. But, of course, all these new faces, should definitely pay attention to them, but that is not to discredit Holloway. Alpizar, Vadala, three Blake's House veterans that you've been seeing week in and week out. Right now in the Alpizar, one-on-one with the gatekeeper. And GK trying to slam the door shut on her Battle Royal bid here. Big vertical suplex from Kitamura, and it looks like he's setting up for another one, and that is 2 back-to-back eliminations. And right now, Vadala and Holloway battling it out one-on-one. And massive Frankensteiner whip. Yeah, it is still, despite the 2 eliminations, it is just absolute chaos in the ring. STO and suplex from Yusuko and Holloway. Yusuko trying to work the leg of the gatekeeper, trying to just mitigate that size disadvantage. That is exactly what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was designed to do, but that is a significant size disadvantage, and the gatekeeper buckle bomb right into that orange Gatorade corner. Big European uppercut from Vadala as Yusuko and Alpizar battle it out, and Alpizar comes out on top in that exchange, goes for the cover. 1, 2, only 2. Looks like we are once again getting Kitamura and the gatekeeper one-on-one. 2 mountains of competitors, and Kitamura busted open. It's like GK has a little bit of an advantage, but Kitamura won't let that stop him as he responds back. Big vertical suplex. And now Vadala getting involved in that exchange, taking both of the big men down. Alpizar attempts to get an elimination onto Holloway. Not quite able to seal the deal. Linda possibly saving Vadala from a devastating powerbomb. Yusuko, absolutely deadly cross arm breaker. But Kitamura will not be submitted. Oh, and you just saw in that blue Gatorade corner of the ring, Holloway comes crashing down. Linda responds back, diving big boy of her own. And locks on that step over toe hold face lock. But Holloway able to break the hold. Oh my God, massive lariat from the gatekeeper. And it looks like the gatekeeper trying to put away Yusuko with that entry denial bomb. And absolutely massive lariat. And repeated shoulder charges. This was the matchup you guys didn't know you wanted to see, but the gatekeeper and Kitamura, certainly an entertaining contest throughout as the 2 big men battle it out in this battle royal. Massive flying arm breaker from Yusuko, just trying to tear Alpizar's arm right off her shoulder. The last ride, fans surprised to see the last ride. And it is absolute pandemonium in this blue Gatorade corner. All 6 remaining competitors, just battling it out. And massive double powerbomb from Kitamura and the gatekeeper. Vadala trying to slow this down, brother, giving him a little bit of that old-fashioned chain wrestling. sliced bread number 2, giving Linda the greatest thing since sliced bread, and Blue Thunder Bomb from Holloway, and Linda hitting that diving big boy, but not quite enough. And another massive power bomb. Looks like Linda was eliminated in that chaos. We are down to 4. Holloway rolling through that powerbomb with a Rana of his own, but Kitamura breaking that up. Looks like he wants the elimination, but that could end up working against him. Massive jackhammer. Cover 1, 2, 3 count fall. Big drop kick to the gatekeeper. And now goes right into that Dragon Sleeper, but once again, Kitamura wants the elimination for himself. But he will not be given that opportunity. Gatekeeper a little bit winded here, but being given time to breathe as Kitamura and Vadala battle it out. Vadala starting to work the head and neck of the Gatekeeper, possibly seeing that he's been slowed down a little bit, but not slowed enough to where he's going to submit to this hold. Still not finished, but neither is Vadala. He is battling it out against these two mountains of competitors. Running power slam. Kitamura putting on an absolute clinic, but those massive clubbing blows to the head make him crumble to his knees. Vadala once again that big headlock, and now it is the Gatekeeper not allowing him to put on that hold. Vadala going for that Tiger Driver, one of his signature holds. Massive Samoan spike, and that would have been possibly been enough had Vadala not breaking that hold up. It looks like no one is willing to give up the elimination to the other party. 3 count fall from the Gatekeeper, and it is Vadala up against Gatekeeper. Goes for that giant swing, but it's still not enough to put GK away. Okay, responding back. Big backbreaker, but Vadala, Tiger Driver right on his neck, and oh my god, that was enough. Vadala will advance to COLBY's Open Challenge. It may have been the Gatekeeper's pride not allowing Vadala to pick up the elimination on Kitamura, keeping people in the ring. He wanted to do it himself. That could have, like, those extra eliminations he had to do very well may have worn down on him, not allowed him to protect himself from that Tiger Driver. And Vadala will advance to COLBY's Open Challenge. Of course, Harada throwing up the X as soon as that maneuver connected. We have gotten paramedics to the ring. The Gatekeeper will be looked at and will be taken care of. You do not need to worry about that. We will certainly get him back to action when he is cleared medically. But right now, we do have a little bit more professional wrestling to get to. As so the Spectre over that match, of course, the looming threat of Nick's Wrestling Organization. We saw Vendover from Nick's Wrestling Organization participating in that match, trying to steal the spotlight of the Blake's House and Judgment Pro Wrestling competitors. Unfortunately, of course, we have a Blake's House competitor coming out victorious, preventing Nick's Wrestling Organization from taking that spot. But that is not the only spotlight that Nick's Wrestling Organization is attempting to take from our company. Of course, there have been an MMA invasion of sorts, and the Blake's House and Judgment Pro Wrestling competitors have been attempting to prepare for those matchups, as both Blake's House competitors and freelancers as well have just been getting absolutely demolished by Nick's Wrestling Organization's MMA stable. So we are going SWA rules and a little bit of Blake's House and Judgment Pro Wrestling cross-promotion to try and better prepare for that. So we have got Drew Serpa. Oops. And we have got Nikita Stalin. And we are going SWA rules, and that match is right now. I am getting word from the back that the gatekeeper will be kept under observation at least overnight, but he is alert. He is responding to the communications of the Blake's House medical staff.
Bring it.
With any luck, of course, we are following proper concussion protocol, but we will get him back in action healthy as soon as we are able to do so. We have got the Lone Wolf, Nikita Stalin, up against Drew Serpa. Stalin, pretty much an exemplary mixed martial artist. More of the military school of thought than the competitive school of thought. But certainly an effective disabler, an effective brawler when he needs to be. He's going up against Serpa, who is more of a traditional Olympic-style wrestler. I think the rigidity of Serpa's style is going to work against him here, although he does get that mount, but it is reversed by Stalin. Though saying Stalin has a greater variety of opponents and a greater variety in his toolbox, it is going to be a very big challenge for Serpa to overcome. But that is certainly going to create good experience for both of these competitors, as many of the Nick's Wrestling Organization mixed martial arts members are somewhat specialized. That is going to be good for Stalin, as he may have to go up against the pure grappler. But it is also good experience for Serpa, as this is going to be putting a variety of offensive styles up against him, and he's going to have to see how he responds. Rolls through, goes into that chokehold, but Stalin immediately able to break the hold. Big knee to the gut. And there's that disabling style that I mentioned earlier, just trying to shut Serpa down. Serpa measuring space with those jabs and trying to just control the ring. This is exactly what he was taught in that Olympic-style wrestling background. But I don't think he was taught to defend against that sort of leg lock. And Serpa just struggling against the sheer variety of offensive maneuvers that he's been forced to defend against. And now once again rolling through with that knee bar.
Give up.
And those prolonged joint locks are just going to add up over the course of this match. Drew already dazed from that elbow. Big boot to the back of the head. Drew unable to protect himself.
Give up. Give up.
And as I said, that is more... Drew going for that mount tackle, unable to hit it. Does get the back switch, but immediately shrugged off by Stalin. Drew getting a ton of mileage out of that fireman's carry. Just really trying to control the position of this match, where it takes place. But because Nikita Stalin not allowing Drew to keep any offensive momentum, where the fight takes place is pretty inconsequential for Nikita Stalin. Because it doesn't seem to matter where it is, Stalin has had the upper hand for most of this match. Drew going for roll-up after roll-up. Trying to out-wrestle the man. Massive German suplex. And transitions beautifully into that arm breaker, but Drew able to get a foot on the ropes. And Drew struggling to keep this man down, as Stalin seems to be getting up time and time again. And Stalin just totally fired up. Goes right into that guillotine choke.
Give up. Give up.
And once again, another flash roll-up finally connects. He's been looking for that move for weeks. And he has finally gotten Stalin on the ground, and he is taking some punishment out on this competitor. Stalin once again going to that guillotine choke.
Give up.
And that's clearly left its mark on Serpa, as he is struggling to keep his wind here. Locks on the sharpshooter. Serpa so close, yet so far from those ropes, unable to quite make it. If he hangs on for another 15 seconds, he can potentially get his win back. As he goes for repeated mounted punches. And Stalin breaks him off right as the bell rings. Drew, big German suplex deadlift from the mat, and 3-count fall just a few seconds into this second round. Drew struggling for nearly 10 minutes to try to find an answer. So Nikita Stalin wore him down just enough with repeated roll-ups and technical maneuvers, and was finally able to seal the deal with that deadlift German suplex in the second round. I appreciate you dropping in, Alfonso. You've only missed officially 2 matches. David fought Phoenix Wright, as David has begun his quest to unmask the mastermind behind Nick's wrestling organization. And there was a battle royal to determine COLBY's opponent tonight, as Maglo will not be competing in the Maglo Open Challenge this evening, as we have other plans for him tonight. But actually now is an excellent time. Yes, it's very unfortunate. Gatekeeper sustained some sort of head or neck injury in that battle royal. Our medical staff has advised us that he is responding to various stimuli, and we will be providing updates on the Gatekeeper throughout tonight's show. But right now, let's go ahead and get the COLBY Open Challenge underway, as we have a pretty stacked top half of the card. Oops, I have passed Blake's house. So Nick Vadala winning his way into this match, preventing the Nick's Wrestling Organization plants from advancing and trying to take a spotlight away from one of the Blake's House or Judgment Pro Wrestling competitors. He is going up against COLBY, who has been on a bit of a losing streak, but certainly happy to take over for his partner Maglo in this exhibition format. So let's go ahead and get into that match right now. So as I said when we were queuing this match up, Nick Vadala preventing the Nick's Wrestling Organization plants from getting a spot in this match. COLBY taking over the exhibition for Maglo. This will be... COLBY, of course, has had an open challenge on the Blake's House show once before when Maglo was involved in the world title picture. Let's see if he can put on a Maglo quality match.
Hi.
And the two men right now in a bit of the feeling out process. Vadala possibly a little bit winded from that Battle Royal earlier, as COLBY just coming right out the gate like a missile with two tremendous moves. But Vadala catching his bearings, but it's going to take a little bit more than that to put COLBY away. As COLBY right now in total control. And sledgehammer-like shot to the head from that massive left hand. COLBY going for the cover, one. Despite this being Vadala's second match of the night, Vadala able to kick out at one. And Vadala responding back with a European uppercut out of the corner. He's looking to get things started here. But COLBY not allowing him to do so. Big jawbreaker and a lariat right into the corner from COLBY. And COLBY once again going for that cover right over that Whale Boys logo. Whale Boys, of course, you can see at twitch.tv/ALXice if you are looking to see some gacha and variety streams. And repeated European uppercuts from Vadala and transitioning directly into that giant swing. And it looks like we've got a bit of a momentum shift as Vadala is starting to figure COLBY out. Big drop toe hold. And COLBY just barely beating Vadala to the punch, and Vadala responding back with a European uppercut. Vadala once again going to that giant swing. It doesn't look like much, but as the blood starts to collect in your head, like, your ability to maneuver, your ability to make decisions, your ability to keep your wind is diminished. And if Vadala is able to lock on that hold for an extended period of time, that is going to be nothing but trouble for COLBY. Ooh, blocking and responding back with a massive left hand. It looks like COLBY really wants Vadala into that corner, but Vadala is sidestepping that tackle and responding back with a diving elbow square in the chest. And Vadala now locking on that Dragon Sleeper. COLBY has had enough of Vadala, goes for the low blow. And he wants this match over, but once again, only a one count. Looks like Vadala has found a little bit of energy here. He goes for repeated kicks to the crown, showing off that amateur wrestling background. As he gets that mount tackle and transitions beautifully into that strike combination. And once again, only one. Vadala has a lot more gas in the tank than we're possibly giving him credit for. COLBY looking to light a flame with that gas as he slams Vadala to the mat. And Vadala once again not allowing those massive palms of COLBY. And just as I say that, he's now able to connect with a series of shots to the head. And a spear just out of nowhere, folding Vadala up like an accordion. Big reverse DDT, but COLBY up, and Vadala with the disrespect, hitting him with that same strike combination that he's been hit with several times in this match. And Vadala wants you to know he's done it. But COLBY responding back with a cutter, just shutting him down. COLBY once again running slam. He might go for the cover again here. No, he does not. Big Russian leg sweep, not allowing COLBY to take his back. Starting to work the legs a little bit, trying to take some power away from those strikes, and going for that Tiger Driver, that same Tiger Driver that's put Gatekeeper out of commission, but COLBY able to kick out 2.9. Big back body drop, COLBY pulling Vadala to the center of the ring, falling fist. And big belly to belly, but Vadala immediately to his feet and responding back. Trying to give him that European-style chain wrestling. COLBY just unable to keep up. And COLBY now caught in that Dragon Sleeper. He's got nowhere to go, but is able to power out of the hold, but that had to have taken a lot out of him. COLBY now calling for the end. See if he's able to deliver on it. No, now Vadala once again working that arm, trying to possibly take a little bit of power away from that atomic lariat that he's so effective with. Just as I say, this could be it. Goes for it. 1, 2. No, it's still not enough. Nick. Big boot to the chest as the crowd chants COLBY's name. That lariat certainly energized the crowd. Let's see if the crowd can energize COLBY here. As the two men battle it out in that orange Gatorade corner. Big headbutt from COLBY. And goes right into those mounted punches. Harada counting him off. COLBY barely breaking the hold after 4 seconds. And it looks like COLBY setting up again for that atomic lariat. Rebounds off the ropes, letting it. Oh! 1, 2, 3, count fall. And COLBY able to turn things around, but an absolutely fantastic match that Vadala and COLBY put on. Like, it would be unfair to think of COLBY as a Maglow substitute, as he is one hell of a competitor in his own right. But these two men put out a fantastic match. Also, Alfonso, I did see your message. I just don't like to break character bell to bell. If you've put a post in the Facebook group about like trying to get a day to watch y'all play, let me know. If you haven't already done that, shoot me a message, because as this scrolls by, I will definitely forget about it. But we'll figure something out. Especially if Brandon and James are already going to the game. Like, I could meet up with them and we could do some shit that way. But let's go ahead and get back to some Blake's House Wrestling. So, just a couple matches ago, you saw Drew Serpa and Nikita Stalin put on one hell of a show in SWA Rules. So, we're going to have Eroc Alpizar fighting tonight. He is not going to be going SWA Rules. This is going to be just traditional pro wrestling format. But he is going to be going up against Josh. Josh, partly to give Eroc a little bit of a warm-up, but this is also Josh's opportunity to sneak his way onto the top of the card in the MMA picture. So let's go ahead and get right into this match and see how Josh handles himself against the Shoot League champion. No disrespect to Josh, but he is certainly the underdog in this contest, as Alpizar has been at war with several competitors to get that championship. And Josh is a little bit unproven, but certainly the way you go from unproven to proven would be a match just like this one. But Alpizar showing off the MMA experience, going right into that hold. But Josh responding back, this isn't the MMA world. You are in a professional wrestling ring, my friend, and you are going to have to deal with quasi-legal shots such as those. And that is the sort of competitor that Josh is. Like, he likes to get under your skin, likes to make you make mistakes. And let's see if he's able to do so against the Shoot League champion. Like Alpizar responding back with some technical offense. That European uppercut goes right into that mount position, but Josh showing that he is no stranger to some technical wrestling offense. And this is going to be an interesting contest. Big Dragon Screw Leg Whip. And we are still in the feeling out stage of this match. It's really unclear what either of these men's strategy is going to be in the late stages of this matchup, as neither competitor has managed to really gain the upper hand. But Josh certainly going to make it difficult for anyone to do so. Josh putting on a little bit of show for the fans as he delivers an elbow right into the skull of Alpizar here. Alpizar just catching the ropes, not allowing Josh to get anything going. Josh responding back from that mount tackle with that triangle hold. Josh showing that he is not out of his depth in this mixed martial arts setting. Big knee to the back. Of course, I've already gone 4 minutes 30 without telling you that Alpizar, of course, has a shoot background in Taekwondo. Those kicks of his absolutely lethal. And he is putting those educated feet to good use. That low roundhouse taking Josh's legs out from under his legs. And Josh responding back by smashing Alpizar's head right into that corner turnbuckle. Alpizar ducking out of the way, but unable to get anything out of that. Alpizar goes for the cover. 1, 2. Count 2. Alpizar once again going to that combination arm and neck hold that he had applied earlier on in the match. And Josh responding back. Somewhat more unorthodox hold, but stretches Alpizar out with it all the same. Alpizar once again taking Josh's legs out from under his legs. And Josh once again going bionic elbow right to the crown. But Alpizar not allowing Josh to continue, but he does so anyway. Sliding D across the face. And Alpizar responds back with just deadly shots. Kicks to the ribs and back of the head. But Josh not allowing Alpizar to take his back any further. And once again, another low roundhouse. Josh is an absolute enigma. Going from flashy moves to brawling moves to hitting that picture-perfect technical spin. Like I said, he likes to get under your skin. He likes to make it very difficult for you to plan for his next move. And he has been very successful at that thus far, but despite that, Alpizar has just tried and succeeded for the most part at shutting him down every step. Now this time it's Alpizar not allowing Josh to take his back. Cover 1, 2. That was nearly it right there. Blue Thunder Bomb, 1, 2. And another 2.9. Kuraga just barely able to kick out. Alpizar once again going to that low roundhouse. Taking Josh's legs away from his legs. He hits that strike combination. Trouble in Paradise, back of the head. For the cover, but Josh able to get his hand on the ropes. Alpizar still just goes to that strike combination that put so many people away in the Mixed Martial Arts League. And it will put Josh away as well. Alpizar somehow able to get full extension on that leg kick, or on that high kick in jeans. Arguably the most impressive thing about that match. So as I've said time and time again, we've got a lot of wrestling show to get through tonight. We are actually already at the King of Fighters TV title match. So I'm going to need you guys, the chat, to start suggesting some names for who the, let's see, who the challengers to this KOF TV title are going to be. While you guys start doing that, I'm going to grab a sip of water, and hopefully there's going to be 3 names I can pick from by the time I get back, so give me just a moment. All right, so I'm seeing a bunch of names. Let's see here. I need you to remind me to download Adam Page before I go live and not after I go live. But I will definitely get DMX into this right now, for sure. I am gonna... Alright, at the very least, remind me when I go off air, so I can actually do something with it. But I digress. I am gonna veto Duck King, as Duck King has already had his shot at the KOF TV title. And I believe I have as well, but I can get your El Idolo into this as well. Oops. Although I could just put myself in anyway. I'm cool with Scurll. I apologize, Alfonso. You were seconds too late, as Marty Scurll will be the third member of the Blue Gatorade team tonight. So let's go ahead and get into this match right now. Although we did have a karate Wrestle a Dark match, and would not be upset if we had karate fighting in some of these viewer-requested segments. So this is your Blue Gatorade team challenging for the KOF TV title tonight. The villain, Marty Scurll, El Idolo of Mixed Wrestling Organization, and DMX. And your champions, Alex Jebailey, Bubba Ray Dudley, and Floyd Bartholomew. Bartholomew certainly the workhorse of this team, as he has proven to be too big and too strong for entire teams to deal with at this point. We are going to have to see how this Blue Gatorade team handles themselves. And I think we are going to start this matchup Ace versus Ace. DMX against Floyd Bartholomew. Big man grinding his elbow into DMX's side. DMX going right into a backslide, possibly trying to surprise the big man. DMX bringing El Idolo into this contest. Looks like we are going to get some Mixed Wrestling Organization on Mixed Wrestling Organization action. And a precision haymaker right to the head. But El Idolo not finished yet. Not quite able to lift the big guy. Ooh, possibly going for that running splash. Taking advantage of all of his size. And now it is Marty Scurll going up against Bartholomew. Oh, Marty Scurll wanted so very badly to be a heavyweight. Well, this is his chance to prove himself against a much larger competitor. Looks like that opportunity will be denied, although Bubba Dudley certainly a very large man in his own right. Big lariat. And the two men just battling it out with strikes. Bubba Dudley keeping this fight in that orange Gatorade corner. That's years and years, literal decades of tag team wrestling experience working in his favor. Just cutting off the ring, making it very difficult to get back to his own corner, but he's able to do so by powering through with that body slam. And now we are getting a dream matchup of Alex Jebailey against DMX. Only in Blake's House Wrestling could you see a matchup like this one. Right now, Jebailey taking it to DMX with those combinations of strikes. Big kick to the side of the head. And Jebailey quite finished with DMX. Now bringing Bubba Dudley back into this contest, and DMX responding back. Bringing El Idolo into this matchup. I don't think either team has really found a consistent rhythm yet. And the first team to do so is going to be getting a significant advantage. Although when you've got a man like Floyd Bartholomew, rhythm is unnecessary, as at any given moment he can just come crashing down and crush the body of his opponents. But thus far, he's been denied opportunities to do so. Big dragon screw leg whip onto the ground. And El Idolo seems to be in total control here. Picture perfect drop kick to the back of the head. And he is not allowing Bartholomew to get those foreign objects that he very badly wants. Oh my God, facebuster right onto the chair as Harada's count approaches 12. And El Idolo putting the fear of God in Floyd Bartholomew, standing C4. I may have spoken too soon when I said DMX was the ace of this team, as El Idolo is certainly proving himself to be an extremely proficient wrestler and deadly competitor in this contest. Clubbing blow to the chest of Bubba Dudley, and that's going to push him to the outside. Bubba Dudley now grabbing a light tube, swinging wildly with it, unable to find his mark. Does connect with that elbow to the crown. And DMX tagging out to El Idolo and getting a 2 count on Bubba Dudley. Bubba Dudley responding back. That maneuver must have taken a lot out of him, but not quite as much as previously anticipated. And El Idolo coming from all angles with those strikes, chops and kicks. Bubba Dudley unable to protect himself. Bubba Dudley responding back, clubbing blow to the back and bringing Alex Jebailey back into this contest. Beaten to the punch and just crumples to the mat after that kick. Ooh, going for that moonsault double stomp. Jebailey rolling out of the way. Looks like El Idolo will wait it out in the ring, electing not to go for anything risky when he's already got the advantage. As he is handling himself very effectively against this Orange Gatorade team. Ooh, rolling elbow from DMX. And he's bringing the fight back to the blue Gatorade corner, using Bubba Dudley's own tactics against him of cutting off the ring. But Bubba Dudley, very much the same situation that he was in with Marty Scurll. Big body slam, giving him that momentum shift and bringing the fight back to his own corner. DMX now shooting him into that blue Gatorade corner. And it's Bubba Dudley against El Idolo. El Idolo crumbles to the outside. You'll notice this matchup taking place very close to that blue Gatorade apron. Of course, it is important to point out this match taking place under KOF 11 rules. Each member of either team needs to be eliminated individually, and you are prohibited from leaving the apron to assist your partner. And Harada is enforcing that very strictly. Big tornado DDT from Marty Scurll. Marty Scurll we have not seen a lot from in this match. And Jebailey responding back with a low blow. Super kick. Body slam from Jebailey. Jebailey just totally textbook wrestling here. And if tagging Floyd Bartholomew into this match is not in a wrestling textbook, maybe it should be, as that man has carried this team for 2 weeks now and will attempt to do so in this contest here. Sit out, sit down, 1, 2. Marty Scurll kicking out of that massive ass drop, but will go back to his own corner, and the superior speed of Scurll making it so Bartholomew unable to chase him down. And another competitor kicking out of that maneuver. The elbow drop hold, that could be enough right there. No, it's going to take more than that to put DMX away. Floyd Bartholomew attempting to do something the U.S. prison system has been unable to do for decades. As DMX hits Bartholomew with that drop toe hold. Big lariat from DMX. Bubba Dudley trying to figure out what he wants to do here. That indecision costing him, as flying forearm smash right into the head as Bubba Dudley was helpless in the corner turnbuckle. And DMX, a bit of a submission specialist, starting to work the arm of Bubba Dudley, but so late in the match. So Bubba Dudley will tag El Idolo back into this contest. Big Samoan drop from Bubba Dudley. And both teams now tagging fairly frequently, trying to keep their members fresh. And that is definitely critical at this point in the match. And Bartholomew now bringing a foreign object into this contest once again, as he tried to do with the steel chair on the outside, and that's busted El Idolo open. That could be the difference maker in this contest. He hits sit out, sit down right in that orange Gatorade corner. And 3 count fall. That fork may have been the deciding factor. Bartholomew running the ropes. Elbow drop hold. 1, 2. 3 count fall, and it is all up to Marty Scurll. Bartholomew elbow drop right onto the back of the head of the villain. The villain going to have to be a hero to beat this team by himself. Ooh, big thumb to the eyes. And a chop square in the chest. If he can lock on that crossface chicken wing, he could possibly get an elimination right here. But Jebailey not allowing Scurll to maintain momentum at all. He's bringing in Bartholomew. Sit out, sit down. That is possibly going to be it right there. No! Scurll still got a little bit left in the tank, and Bartholomew attempting to beat that out of him right here. As he goes for that once again. And 3 count fall from Floyd Bartholomew. And the Orange Gatorade team of Floyd Bartholomew, Bubba Dudley, and Alex Jebailey once again victorious. And gotten a call from the producer that Bartholomew should be checked for PEDs, and we will go ahead and conduct that test right now. But I can definitely see where Nick's coming from, but we are gonna check that regardless. I think part of it also is the AI, the way it's set up, is like at end of match, his frequency to go to the finisher is extremely high. Let's see here. But, you know, let's go ahead and look at the stats, see what's going on with this guy under the hood. Let's see. So 170 overall. Like reasonable numbers, for sure. If I had to guess, his special skill is finisher. Let's see. Oh no. Let's see. But, yeah, I would say, like, the Knicks Wrestling Organization rep certainly has it right. He's, like, Floyd Bartholomew is definitely taking advantage of the format and putting forth excellent teamwork to protect his wind, which, if you were watching the match, there was a moment where he was struggling to keep his breath. But that Blue Gatorade team was just unable to capitalize. So it is going to come down to some good tag team wrestling, trying to cut off the ring and keep him in. But he has proven that that is much easier said than done. But we are going to have to see next week if someone is able to dethrone Floyd Bartholomew at a later show, because we've got a lot of wrestling show for you tonight. As I'm sure you are well aware from the past couple weeks, the Blake's House Wrestling Stable and the Judgment Pro Wrestling Stable has been trying to figure out what our answer to the Rapture is going to be. And from between Princeler and the JPW boss, JB3, we decided a tournament of our best and brightest competitors was in order. And the conclusion of that tournament is tonight. So we have the JPW champion, A-Man, against Ramon, a man who was in relative obscurity for the earlier part of the Blake's House Wrestling season, has certainly shot himself into relevance, both defeating Eroc, Alpizar, and Alfonso in the Blake's House Wrestling side of the bracket. We're just going to have to see how he handles himself against A-Man. And that match is right now. A-Man putting on an absolute barn burner of a match in the JPW finals against the Gatekeeper. Like, he's got to be feeling pretty good about himself, both about his chances and about the work that he has put in. But he is going up against the Ramonster. And he earned that title for being a man notoriously difficult to put away. His record in the MMA League certainly does not show it, but we will have to see how he handles himself against the A-Man. If he can put on a bit of a better showing in singles wrestling action. Ooh, big step up in Sagiri, and these two men going at it right out the gate.
Give up.
A-Man responding back with belly-to-belly overhead suplex, dropping Ramon right on his neck. Ramon rather giving up a little bit of size disadvantage to A-Man, but certainly not a disadvantage in power, as both of these men are absolute workhorses. Another big belly-to-belly overhead suplex from A-Man. Oh god, ducks that massive hand of A-Man and responds back with an octopus hold. Ramon showing that no, he is not all power. He's got a bit of a technical background and he's looking to show it off against A-Man. Massive slam from A-Man, goes for that cover. 1, 2. Only 2. A-Man possibly going for that muscle press that he's so well known for. Ramon coming out on top in that strike exchange, but massive punch to the gut from A-Man. Now big muscle bomb press. 1, 2. And that was nearly enough right there. Now Ramon's going to have to figure some things out here. Big pile driver against the bigger man. Putting all that weight right onto the neck. And that chop absolutely massive, but this gorilla press just tossing Ramon like a man significantly smaller than himself as A-Man hits a diving elbow drop off the top rope.
5 minutes gone.
Ramon looks like he wants to take this fight outside as this matchup is taking place right in front of my desk.
5, 6,
And
7,
both men struggling to get an upper hand. Shining Enziguri.
10.
But that took so much out of Ramon as the two men battle it out. Harada's count up to 13. Both men scramble into the ring. Dr. Wily bomb. 2.9 from Ramon. Looks like he wants to do another one. Oh my god. Harada throwing up the X. Both the ace and the enforcer of Judgment Pro Wrestling injured on the same night. Once again, we will get the Blake's House medical staff to ensure A-Man is okay. But credit to Ramon, where one Dr. Bomb was not enough, 2 certainly was. And with any luck, two Dr. Bombs will be enough to put away the Rapture. And if I can take a moment, as we've got a sponsor to plug. We've got the Matcherino link that you guys just saw in the chat. If you go there, you will be able to donate money to the community-funded prize pool. So any money you contribute, any quests you perform on behalf of the Matcherino, that money is going to be contributed directly to the player's prize pool. Additionally, if you click that link, you can go to the marketplace and see t-shirts and Discord rewards for the Def Jam Fight for New York community. Of course, we have the Def Jam at CEO shirt you guys saw at CEO this past June. We have a new design up made by Toriko, the same man that made the Blake's House Wrestling logo. Fight for New York is anime, which is the official tagline of the CEO, or the CEO Taku 2019 tournament. So please go ahead and click that link, check those things out, and contribute if you are willing and able to do so. But as we get back from our sponsors, yeah, that is extremely unfortunate. Two Judgment Pro Wrestling performers out on the same nights. We'll say it's the impact to A-Man's head certainly looked less severe than the Tiger Driver that the Gatekeeper took earlier tonight. Of course, we are taking proper concussion protocols to ensure his safety, but just looking at the replay, in all likelihood, this was a... this injury will not be as severe as the possible head and neck injury to the Gatekeeper, but we will keep you guys updated as soon as we are able to get that information. But, hey Rash, how you doing, man? Appreciate you stopping by. Also, so we are getting into the top end of the card, and I mentioned I had something special planned for the members of the Blake's House team for Melv Bash 2000. Let me go ahead and run that video package again. If you were not aware, there is a major tournament going on at another wrestling promotion, and we are sending one of our best competitors to participate in that tournament. So let me go ahead and run that video package so you guys can get a little bit more information as to what's going on here. So, I've been in touch with the office over at Melifed. They're gearing up for their biggest tournament of the year, Melv Bash 2000. And I wanted to send one of our biggest and brightest competitors. Of course, you all know him from the Maglo Open Challenge. Former Blake's House champion, Maglo himself. Do you have anything you want to say to your prospective partners, prospective opponents in this upcoming tournament?
Oh, goddamn thing to say to them. All right, Melv Bash, I'm coming for that ass. You understand me? So,
all right. You can find out about that event. You go to twitch.tv/MellyandChains, dates and times to be announced. As soon as we get more information, we will relay that to you guys. But you will be seeing Maglo representing Team Blake's House in this tournament. So, hope you're looking forward to it. So, on your screen are the announced teams for Melv Bash 2000. Of course, you can see the Team Blake's House and their amazing friends of Maglo, Austin Walker, Raiden, and Natsuo. But there are killers in this lineup. Like, certainly, I haven't gotten a chance to see the bracket yet. But the Big Show Gimmick Match opponents team looks like an absolute terror. As well as a team with two Batistas. Which is certainly not something to be taken lightly. Unfortunately, there are not yet dates for Melv Bash 2000. But if those dates come in between this and next week's show, you can be sure to... get that information from us on the Blake's House Wrestling social media, as we will be retweeting any announcements from Melifed. But right now, we have Team Blake's House and their amazing friends. They're going to be going on a bit of a friendly exhibition. It is going to be Austin Walker, Maglo. It is going to be Raiden and Natsuo in Fatal 4-Way action, just to get a little bit warm for tonight's, or for this upcoming tournament. So let's go ahead and get into that match right now. And I am getting some updated information from A-Man. A-Man is fully conscious, but as As we said earlier, we are following concussion protocol, and we will be verifying that he does not have a more serious injury before being returned to action on upcoming events. So, of course, this is Fatal 4-Way action. And in typical Fatal 4-Way, you do not need to be involved in the pinfall or submission to lose this match. It is extremely plausible that if you do not have your head on a swivel, you can miss an opportunity that could cost you the match. And it looks like Maglo looking to get some revenge on Austin Walker for being on performance-enhancing substances over the course of the last Maglo Open Challenge. Oh my god, avalanche Samoan drop from Dr. Brooklyn himself. And Maglo responding back. And it looks like competitors changing dance partners a little bit. It is Raiden now taking on Austin Walker as Maglo takes on the striker of Team Blake's House and their amazing friends, Natsuo Ishido. Raiden, gorilla press, just throwing Austin Walker to the ground. And now it looks like Walker running the ropes, going after Natsuo now. No, back to Raiden. And looks like all four competitors really badly want to win this Fatal 4-Way contest. Like, this is a friendly exhibition, but of course, the fighter's personal pride is everything. Big chops to the chest, Maglo, and Professor Killa himself slugging it out as Natsuo, Boston Crab in the center of the ring. And it looks like we are once again switching dance partners. Natsuo, a bit of a cocky pin over Maglo. And I am getting word that the gatekeeper, totally alert, possibly concerned that there was a pinched nerve or something in his neck, but should be okay in a couple of weeks. The good news for him there, next week will be the Def Jam themed show, and the week after will be CEO Taku. So he is able to pretty comfortably take those 2 weeks off and come back healthy, rested for the next real Blake's House show.
Give up.
And the pace these four competitors are working at is absolutely staggering. Nobody willing to give an inch as Raiden locks on that leg lock. Goes for the cover. And it looks like everybody's trying to put Austin Walker through the paces here. Possibly trying to... Oh my gosh, Natsuo avoiding that poison mist and taking Raiden's legs out from under his legs. And now going for those repeated headbutts. I was going to say, as penance for Austin Walker's use of performance-enhancing substances in a Blake's House ring, looks like all three of these competitors going after him. Maglo taking a moment to show off for the crowd, and that may have gone against him here, as it gave Austin Walker time to pick things back up, but no. Maglo now going with his signature spinning toe hold. And the crowd is loving it. Maglo running out of gas a little bit here. Like I said, the pace these four competitors are working at is absolutely ridiculous. sliding D as Austin Walker locks on that cross arm breaker. And Austin Walker seems to be in total control at this point in the match. But Maglo, likewise with Natsuo, possibly going for that muscle buster. Oh my God, that drop kick. I don't think Raiden has thrown a kick in the last 10 minutes. That has so much juice behind it as Austin Walker dumpstered to the outside as it is now 3 men in the center of the ring. And it is absolute chaos. All 4 competitors right in the center of the ring. As Raiden attempts to break Natsuo's back, make her humble, while Maglo hits the clothesline from Bretton Woods. And that was nearly enough to put Austin Walker away. Stalling vertical suplex, and now Raiden wants to take on Walker. And now it's Raiden with that monster lariat. Goes for the cover, but Mario is a little bit distracted, and because of it, he's only able to get a 2 count. Raiden, massive powerbomb once, twice, goes for a 3rd powerbomb whip, but does not go for the cover. That could be working against him. No, poison mist right in the eyes of Austin Walker, but Austin Walker to his feet. And Raiden saying he is number 1. And it is just absolute pandemonium here. Austin Walker hits that burning hammer, but Natsuo immediately to her feet. And he's responding back with that double powerbomb onto Austin Walker. Scarf hold, trying to choke the life out of Austin Walker, but he will not be submitted. So Maglo responding back. Maglo driver. And is that enough? No. Raiden will not be submitted. And classic Raiden tackle from Maglo. Maglo getting a rare opportunity to wrestle with the man that he studied under. And doing him proud with that shoulder charge. Maglo now putting Austin Walker in the corner and just beating the daylights out of him as Raiden triple powerbomb. This is anybody's match. And there, that monster lariat from Raiden. Repeated punches to the side of the head, but it's still not quite enough. Oh my God, what's Austin Walker doing here? Oh, whatever it was, it's broken up. And Maglo narrowly escaping an absolutely monster dive. As Maglo diving elbow right into the back of Raiden. And it is, once again, absolute chaos in the ring. Whoever's able to grab a hold, whoever's able to get an uninterrupted pinfall could be the victor in this contest. And Natsuo will take it with mounted punches. And all 4 competitors absolutely leaving it all in the ring. All 4 competitors very much ready for this tournament. So good luck to Team Blake's House at Melv Bash 2000. As soon as I get information on where and how to watch that, I will let you know, because it is going to be one hell of an event. Yo, what's happening? All right, I'll try to remember to do that after I go off air. Also, breaking kayfabe for a moment, that was not rebalanced Austin Walker, but it was a fatal 4-way, and I didn't think it mattered. Like, for the purposes of the narrative, that is Austin Walker off the gas, because he will be off the gas for the tournament, and then I'll be able to download that after Melly uploads the rebalanced version. So, within the context of the Blake's House story, Austin Walker has been off of PEDs for the past several weeks. So we just have 2 more matches left, folks. Of course, we have tonight's main event. The Firm and Sterling and Worzalla for the Blake's House Tag Team Championships. But before we get to that, by pinning the champion, Orlando Nunez has declared himself #1 contender. For grinding it out, week in and week out, in Battle Royal after Battle Royal, finally winning the Battle Royal, finally beating Maglo, Terrell Benjamin has something to say about that. There can't be 2 #1 contenders. This match will determine who will be facing Shenjo for the Blake's House title on our return show after CEO Taku. So let's go ahead and jump into that match right now. Orlando with possibly the greatest theme song in wrestling. But Terrell getting some support from the crowd. He's certainly won them over. Appearing in front of this capacity crowd week in and week out. He is, of course, going against Orlando Nunez. Also a big fan favorite, as the Orlando section is starting to get motivated as well. And Orlando powering out of Terrell in a test of strength, but Terrell responding back with one of his own. And big body slam. And it looks like Terrell is totally unshaken by this hostile crowd, as he is doing exactly what he has done for the past 10 weeks. And we might have to give the experience factor to Terrell in this matchup, as Orlando, as popular as he is, as talented as he has not been here every week. But Terrell has been. Terrell has less rust to shake off in this matchup. And there possibly a bit of ring rust. Oh my god, Orlando going for that RK Orlando just less than 3 minutes into this contest. Terrell going for a cover as well. And if that is any indicator as to what this match is going to look like, they are going to be working at a breakneck pace. Or at the very least, will be ready to get to that pace at the drop of a hat. Orlando, heavy rain, just dropping Terrell to the mat. Terrell pushing Orlando off. Absolutely gorgeous drop kick from Orlando. But Orlando not able to get anything going. Terrell, you can feel that hunger from Terrell here. How badly he wants to win this match. How badly he wants this opportunity at the heavyweight title.
5 minutes gone.
But Orlando is certainly going to make that difficult every step of the way. And Orlando once again going for that RK Orlando, but once again it is sidestepped by Terrell. Big dragon screw leg whip from Orlando. Terrell kind of trying to figure out how he wants to approach Orlando. Orlando responding back with a roll-up, but Terrell to his feet first. And Terrell now locking on that figure four. Oh my God, Terrell. That burning hammer, but only a 2 count. It's still just total back and forth from these two competitors. Now Orlando going for that mounted position into those punches. Terrell forces him off. Looks like Terrell's going up top. Frog splash in honor of his Uncle Eddie. 1, 2, count 2. But Terrell still in control, but Orlando making his way out of that corner. And now the crowd's trying to get Terrell out of that hold, and it seems they're successful in doing so. And now it is Terrell working the leg brother of an Orlando Nunez. And big lariat from Terrell. Terrell is fired up. Takes his back, but Orlando not allowing him to go any further. And now locks on a torturous Boston Crab of his own. Terrell calling for the end, going up top. Yes. And diving elbow drop right into the center of this man's chest. 2.9. It's not quite enough. Big body splash from Orlando. Picture perfect Northern Lights suplex, but only a 2 count. At this point in the match, Terrell has gotten closer to a victory than Orlando Nunez has. Like I said, there is a hunger in Terrell. Terrell wants that title shot so badly, and he is so very close in this match. But just as I said, RK Orlando, but Terrell to his feet immediately. Orlando responding back, heavy rain. And another picture-perfect drop kick, but Terrell, he is still coming at you like a house of fire. He won't stay down. And now the two men slug it out near the center of the ring. Neither man able to get the other to budge. Rolling lariat, Terrell to his feet. Rolling lariat of his own, but unable to stay on his feet. That took so much out of him. And the crowd now totally behind Terrell. Emerald Flosion right on the Def Jam logo. That's got to be it. 1, 2. No, it's still not enough. It's going to take more than that to take down Mr. Theme Song, as Terrell is finding out. Once, twice, 3 German suplexes. 1, 2, but not a 3 count from Harada. As I said, Terrell has gotten so close. He's gotten so close to winning that Battle Royal so many times, but he found out almost isn't good enough. And he has almost beaten Orlando Nunez 3 times tonight. But almost is not good enough. Will he or won't he be able to take down Orlando Nunez? It looks like the 3rd time could be the charm. 3 times he almost pinned Orlando Nunez. 3 times he's hit that burning hammer. And Harada's hand comes down and collides with the mat 3 times as Terrell is officially your new #1 contender. As the crowd chants his name. Terrell shoots himself to the top of the card with that Maglow Open Challenge victory. Terrell beating one of the top athletes of Blake's House Wrestling in Orlando Nunez. The sky is the limit for Terrell. But we will just have to see if he can keep this momentum going against the champion, Shenjo. But that will have to wait, as we are going into tonight's main event. The Firm, Sterling and Worzalla, for the Blake's House Tag Team Championship. So give me a moment, let us verify that the rules are set correctly as I get all 4 competitors into this match. So the Firm, Mr. Smith, Mr. Adams, Sterling and Worzalla. They are no gimmicks, all power. And that match is happening now. The Firm, Mr. Smith and Mr. Adams, once regarded only as muscle for the big boss of Judgment Pro Wrestling, but have become a very well-respected tag team in their own right, defeating the Keepers of Blake's House to earn this #1 contender spot. I believe this will be the 2nd time these teams have matched up against one another. The first time being in the Blake's House versus Judgment Pro Wrestling crossover show. But the Firm have certainly grown since then, and we will see just if they are able to overcome this seemingly unstoppable force of Sterling and Worzalla. Sterling starting things out strong, clubbing blows to the back of Mr. Smith, but not even getting a 1 count. Sterling very aggressive to start this matchup, but that is how Sterling has always wrestled. Not allowing Mr. Smith anything as he hits that chokehold. And now Mr. Smith getting started. Double axe handle. That's going to create some room to get back to his own corner. But Sterling having none of their tandem offense. Seem to be somewhat evenly matched in terms of strength. But Mr. Adams, a crafty competitor, big elbow to face. Sterling responding back with an elbow to the crown of his own. And neither man able to get the better of the other in a test of strength. Big knee lift to the head from Mr. Adams. And Mr. Adams seems to be slowing Sterling down a bit, which is definitely something this team needs, as Sterling was attempting to roll over Mr. Smith in the opening moments of this contest. It looks like Sterling going back to his own corner. All 4 men are in the ring now. And there's that patented double powerbomb that you've seen from the Firm so many times. As now it is Mr. Smith and Worzalla going head-to-head. Worzalla possibly going for that patented Worzalla elbow drop, but Mr. Smith scrambling to his feet so quickly. He knows just how devastating that elbow drop is, wants nothing to do with it. And Worzalla keeping the fight near his own corner. Excellent bit of strategy, but as I say that, Mr. Adams rolling up Worzalla in that half crab, or in that Boston crab rather, trying to take his legs away from him, take the power and stamina away from the big man. Big hip toss, but does not keep Mr. Adams down.
5 minutes gone.
Both men just kind of circling each other. Neither man able to connect with a significant maneuver. And just as I say that, big gut buster from Worzalla. But Mr. Adams responding back, just knee to the gut, powering out of that springboard situation. And once again, both members of the firm in, going for that double power bomb. And once again, finding its mark. And they're continuing to work the leg of Worzalla. Make him unable to hit that running giant elbow. And Worzalla once again just not allowing himself to be Irish whipped, protecting himself from whatever kind of offense, but both members of the firm kind of coming from the same place, not allowing themselves. Ooh, sandwich lariat, crushing Mr. Smith. Sterling trying to size up Mr. Adams, figure out what he wants to do about this man. But Mr. Adams coming out on top in that strike exchange. And this fight's looking a lot more even than it was in the first couple of minutes, as the firm have rallied here. But Sterling just so deadly, so effective, so punishing a brawler that he's making things very difficult for the firm to gain any kind of headway when he's in the ring. Big elbow to the back, and these frequent tags from the firm certainly working in their advantage, keeping each other fresh, trying to gut down the momentum of Sterling. And it seems this switch may have been the one that's done the trick. Just like I say that, no, Sterling, big tombstone pile driver, and a falling fist right to the chest for his troubles. Unable to stop the tag, and that will allow the firm to once again hit another double power bomb as Mr. Adams takes advantage of the opportunity. And absolutely massive German suplex, shooting Sterling over the top rope. Ushigoroshi. And it is a total brawl on the outside here. And both Worzalla and Mr. Adams swinging wildly with those steel chairs.
13, 14, 15.
And it's total chaos here. It looks like Harada's got things calmed down. It's back to Sterling and Mr. Adams in the ring. And it looks like Sterling and Worzalla hitting the firm with their own shit, giving him that double power bomb. And a slight bit of miscommunication. But fortunately for Sterling and Worzalla, that was not enough to really significantly disrupt things. Big pile driver, center of the ring. And for all the work that Sterling has put into this match, Worzalla has not really gotten any significant momentum on his side. And that could be the weak link that the firm is going to attempt to exploit over the course of this matchup. Sterling has been wrestling this match like a man possessed, but Worzalla just unable to get any real offense in as Mr. Smith hits that gutbuster and starts to work over Worzalla here. Blocks that shoulder block. And another sandwich lariat from Sterling and Worzalla. Sterling once again going up top. Falling fist right into the center of Mr. Smith's back. But that took a lot out of Sterling. And motion to squash from Mr. Smith. Cover one. Only gets one as that took place directly in that orange Gatorade corner. Oh, Sterling attempting to hit that giant chokeslam, but he was denied. The firm must have that maneuver scouted. They have been preparing for this match probably since since that Blake's House JPW crossover event. Sterling is able to connect with that giant chokeslam. Ooh, monster head hold lariat. And another one in stereo from the firm. Sterling just slugging it out with Mr. Smith and Mr. Adams. And we will once again be taking this match outside. And Worzalla once again getting himself involved. Massive German suplex. 6, 7. And Worzalla swinging wildly with that steel chair. And the firm has things pretty well under control on the outside
16.
as Harada's count reaches 17. The firm so effective. Before they were hired muscle from Judgment Pro Wrestling, they were bar brawlers. They know how to fight dirty. They know how to manipulate the odds into their favor, and that is not in an effort to discredit them. They are one hell of a tag team, and they're going to be using their strengths to their greatest possible effects to attempt to win these titles. Mr. Adams now, the legal man in this contest. Once again, Worzalla cut off before we can really get started. Big boot, square in the chest. 1, 2. Sterling immediately coming into the ring to assist his partner. Big belly to belly. And Worzalla once again, that patented Worzalla elbow, but it's in the firm's corner. If he goes for the cover here, that could be it. He will not choose to do so. He's bringing this fight a little bit closer to the orange Gatorade corner. Turn belly to belly, center of the ring. He's winding up for that patented Worzalla elbow.
20 minutes gone.
But not coherent enough to even know where he was. But Mr. Adams knew that he needed to get off the mat to protect himself as Sterling rakes the bloodied face of Mr. Adams. And Sterling just pounding away at Mr. Smith here. But once again, too close to that blue Gatorade corner. And the firm, that patented double power bomb. And that could be enough. Worzalla is not going to be able to cross that ring. Sterling can't kick out on his own. He is unable to do so. And we have new tag team champions. The firm finally able to exercise one of their demons. A team they just were not able to put away in that Blake's House JPW crossover show. They are able to do so with superior tag team wrestling, keeping the fight in their own corner, keeping the fight near the apron on their own side of the ring, where raw power is just not enough. Superior strategy will take over. And that is why the Firm are your new tag team champions. And that is going to conclude the canonical portion of this week's Blake's House Wrestling program. As I mentioned previously, next week will not be a regular show. You can still expect me to be live at roughly 7:30 Eastern Time on Sunday. But we're going to be doing a Def Jam themed event, as we've got CEO Taku to promote. We're going to be doing the band tier tournament at CEO Taku. We've been gearing up for the past several months. And we want to put that idea in front of as many people as possible. So it is going to be an all Def Jam themed event next week. But of course we do have one more dark match to get through. You did, in fact, miss it all. You did wrestle on tonight's show, if you don't want spoilers for that match. It was a good match. Alright, sounds good. I'm gonna not do that just because if I did Texas Tornado Dark, like, that is going to take longer. And like, kind of just want to run the dark match, fuck around with the chat while y'all are hanging out, and then bail out. But we got 4 guys in the red corner, 4 guys in the blue corner. What are y'all thinking? Fair. I am going to strike out JCVD, as he has already appeared on Blake's House TV. For the same reason, I'm going to strike out Chuck Taylor. But that still leaves a lot of options. I'm cool with Paige on the Blue Gatorade side. If it were up to me, and it might be up to me because none of y'all are shouting at names on the Orange Gatorade side. Alright, Tamatanga. I'm cool with that. I was going to say Iori, but I'm also cool with Tamatanga. Yeah, I need to get with Antonio at some point also, because I know him and James have been talking about an angle they want to shoot. And at some point we should be able to get the 3 of us in a room together and like record some promo packages, things like that. But have not actually done the work to talk to either of them about what that's going to look like. I mean, fair. And also to your point about like our tag team AI being kind of not great, I envisioned almost all of the people I've made as singles guys, so them being just kind of like so-so at tag team wrestling is not that unusual. But that's also, hey, if I'm going to have a tag team division, they should probably play nice as tag team wrestlers. Yeah! Okay, yeah, shit, that'd be great. Yeah, like, stuff went pretty good last night. We did in fact do Tekken. Honestly, it was like a pretty low-key night in general yesterday. Like, there were only, like, 5 of us there. Probably partly due to the fact that Blake was getting moved earlier that day. And, like, people that were moving Blake, like, didn't really want to do shit. And the people that weren't moving Blake didn't really want to deal with, hey, is this going to be done by the time shit's starting? I guess I'm taking tonight off. You did, in fact, hit people with the Rainmaker. Jamil did win. I think he won at least one game playing with his feet. Yeah. Like, I don't know what your schedule looks like on Saturdays, but it looks like we're going to start giving a shit about Tekken at Blake's house. So, like, if you want to come around and have people to play Tekken with... although, wait, you still live in Daytona, right? That may be unviable. Yeah. I mean, honestly, the hitbox is the future, and we should all just play on the hitbox. Because, like, I played on it for, like, 10 minutes on Zoes, and I'm like, yeah, this feels pretty comfortable. If I played on this consistently, I would probably like this more than an arcade stick. But... Big Samoan drop from Tonga. So, actually, I just realized before I technically went off air, like, I did not actually call out Nick's wrestling organization for their shit. So what I'm gonna have you do, Nick, and I mean, we can do this while y'all are in the chat. It's all good. Record a video package, like challenging us to a show the weekend after CEO Taku, because like I'm gonna be taking that week off streaming because I'm gonna be doing CEO Taku shit. But just like formally challenge us to like a cross-promotional show, and then we can kind of make that work. I have a bunch of buttons lying around, but the weekend after that. I have a bunch of buttons lying around, but I also have a bunch of buttons that are not the same brand or anything of the sort. Yeah. Honestly, just an unusually high number of criticals on tonight's show in general. Yeah, you got it. Like, just a comical amount of criticals. But, I am going to go ahead and shut things down here. So, as I said, after the last official match, if you liked what you saw here, you're watching the VOD or you're watching on YouTube. We do this every Sunday night, twitch.tv/MondayCindy at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I occasionally play other games, occasionally do every once in a while I might do this on a midweek, but you can pretty reliably expect wrestling to happen on Sunday nights. Everything else is bonus. I appreciate you stopping by and watching, and everybody in the chat here. I appreciate you hanging out, talking, and just participating in the stream. Before I do officially go off air, it scrolled through a couple of times. We've got a Matcherino link that is going to contribute to the community-funded prize pool for the Def Jam tournament at CEO Taku this year. There is merch available. Excuse me. There is merch available both from CEO this past June, as well as new merch for the CEO Taku event specifically, as well as a Smash GG link to see where you can sign up if you want to participate in the band tier event at CEO Taku. In celebration of that, next week's show will be a Def Jam themed Fire Pro event. Not too dissimilar to the one we ran before CEO. Let's see. And I believe that dots all my I's and crosses all my T's. Actually, I lied. We do have, I believe... let's see. And yes, if you hit bangmag.lo, you've got a link to Maglo's Bandcamp, who has provided any sounds you hear that are not made by the game. So that is the custom theme music, that is the crowd noise. Maglo is unofficially the audio producer of Blake's House Wrestling. And definitely check out his Bandcamp, check out his music. He does great stuff. Let me go ahead and see who is streaming right now. I can throw you guys to somebody else, so I'm trying to be good at Twitch. Let's see. Looks like Melly is streaming some weird PS2 brawler, so we're gonna go ahead and send you over to her. And actually, on the subject of that, the stream that I'm about to throw you guys to, Melly and Chains, is where you will be able to watch Melv Bash 2000, where the team Blake's House and their amazing friends will be competing against all of these teams. Actually, let me go ahead and pull that up right now. We'll be competing against all of these teams in a big tag team event. Now, of course, I've got to pull for Team Blake's House, but gotta say, if I weren't backing my own team, big fan of tonight's mystery opponent, as well as the Big Show gimmick match opponents, which has Shaq as the team striker, which is just fantastic. And no worries, I'm still gonna throw you guys to her because, like I said, trying to be good at Twitch, which means always giving you guys something to watch. Let's see. And once that raid goes through, I'm going to be off air officially, and I will catch you guys probably next week.